Okay, getting an early start to week 8. Today's Monday, first day. We're putting 4 miles in before the sun comes up. Here we go. Okay, week 8, day 1, done in the books. Boom. Okay, week 8 is underway. I hit my miles on Monday, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 7 a.m. we went to Jiu Jitsu every morning. And I'm telling you what, Jiu Jitsu will whoop you. Not only the guys in the class, but just the fact that it's like a workout. My legs are so sore from that, but that's exactly what I need to get ready for this race. So today, I've got some scheduling conflicts with the other kids and swim lessons and stuff. So I'm just gonna do a few squats here at the house, do a little just weightlifting. I did not listen. All right, good morning. Getting an early start. Do this long run. Got Buck with me. He hasn't been on a run in a few days, so he needs to get some energy out. I've got some water on me today with my running pack. Gonna do 12, and I figure since it's kind of humid and muggy, I better take water with me just in case. But with that said, I was going through, so for the Wyoming Range 100, I was going through the website last night, and there's actually mandatory items you have to carry. One thing was 32 ounces of water. So with these two flasks, that would, I think it's just over 32 ounces. A few of the other things for this particular race are things like a safety whistle. We have to have a GPS tracker, bear spray, since we're running in like the known territory of where grizzly bears are. A few other things were hat, gloves, rainproof jacket with a hood, 600 to 1,000 calories. So that would be with like gels or any other kind of bars. I think that's all, at least that's all I can remember right now. But for all that mandatory stuff, I'm gonna have to just kind of lay it all out and see if it fits in this pack, which hopefully it should. I stopped for a second. I got a dang rock or something in my shoe. See if that helps. I don't know if it's still there or not. The smallest little like grain of sand or a little pebble in your shoe, that's what blisters are made from. So if you're in a long race ever and you feel just a little irritation or something on your sock, it could have been even like, come on, back. Like say when you wash your socks, you get those little balls of cotton that build up. Something like that rubs on your foot for an hour can give you a pretty bad blister. So it's always worth taking a minute. I think I got rid of it, but if I was to feel it again, I'd actually take my shoe off and make sure that wasn't there. Just a little tip. Take care of your feet. Don't lick my little thing. This water may taste like dog now. That's fine, thanks. So we're about halfway. I gave myself 2 hours to go, 1 hour, 6 miles out, then the other hour, 6 miles back, which would be like a nice, easy pace for today's 12-mile run. I'm a little bit behind. I don't want to blame it on anyone, but someone's made a lot of bathroom breaks. So either way, it's all right. We'll get back probably just shy of 12 miles, but it's all good. All right, heading back. It's kind of a weird thing to think about running an ultra marathon today. So I'm trying to do 12 miles. It'll probably end up being 11, but either way, I'm doing about just an easy like 10-minute pace. And what these longer runs do, pretty much anything over 10, is you're just taxing your legs. You're taxing the tendons, you're taxing the arches of your feet, you know, your toes, like everything. Even the sole of your foot, you're building that kind of like that hard foot. And I'm definitely not looking for any kind of speed on these longer runs. And that's what I was gonna say. What's kind of funny is during an ultra, like a 100-mile race, I would love to average a 14-minute mile throughout the whole race, the whole 100 miles. That'll put you right at finishing at 24 hours, which is kind of a nice like milestone that people try to achieve, is 100 miles under 24 hours. But like I said, 24 hours, that's only it's like a 14 and change minute mile pace, which is slow, which is really slow. So it's weird to think about, you know, these long runs. I'm definitely not trying to go for speed. I'm just trying to build that base. So when you hear people talk about base, it means just the amount of miles that their body can kind of withstand. Because these slower miles, you're just pounding. So it's one of those things, if you've never done a 100-mile race, that once you hit that mile 80, that's where usually the wheels fall off. And it takes, you can have all the heart and all the want in the world, but if your feet give up, if your legs break down, it's done. So that's why we love these long runs, to build that, not just endurance like lung endurance, but just build that base. Make sure your tendons and everything can take the relentless beating. One of the kind of unknown things for Wyoming is well, not only the elevation, because we're going to be between like 9,000 and 11,000 feet. And that's, you know, that was one of the main reasons I ran the Drift 28, was it was up at 9,000 feet. So I wanted to see kind of what that felt like. But not only that, is I'm in Waco, Texas here, and our elevation is 400 feet. And there's, as you can see, it's pretty flat, not a hill in sight. So that's going to be another kind of unknown for me, is the vertical climbing. The Wyoming Range has, I think it's like 24,000 feet of climbing. And that's going to be tough. And I've been looking at just kind of the pacing and past years finishers. If I can maintain a 20-minute mile, which sounds ridiculously slow until you're going up a mountain, but if I can maintain about a 20-minute mile, I would be extremely happy. So this race, the cutoff is 48 hours, which is pretty long, a lot longer than other 100-mile races. And I think that's just due to the fact there's so much vertical climbing, and they want to kind of make this a finishable race, if you will. So let's see. I'm walking right now just so I can talk on this video. But right now I'm doing about an 18-minute, 50-second mile pace. So you can see for this Wyoming Range 100-mile race, I'm going to be doing some what they call like power hiking, and downhill and flats I'll be trying to do a very slow shuffle jog to save the legs. But just trying to put some things in perspective. There are people that run these races insanely fast, like 7-minute mile pace, but there's a ton, probably the majority of the people they're just trying to finish. They're doing, 18 to 22-minute mile pace throughout the whole thing. So I don't want anyone to be discouraged thinking everyone's out there sprinting these 100-mile races. Some of the race will look just like this, walking along. All right, let's get back to it. We got about 5 miles or so back to the house. This guy stops going to the bathroom on everything. All right, here we go. Okay, that was just over 10 miles, just about exactly 2 hours. So that's kind of what I gave myself. So not as far as I wanted to go, but definitely the amount of time I wanted to run for. So that's good. I got to shower. We got to take off and do some things with the family. It is hot. It's not really hot, but it's humid today. It's like 80% humidity. It's just dripping out here, but I'm glad I got that done. It's the end of week 8. I'm gonna just take a little cruise right now. It's Sunday. I'm gonna put a couple miles in, finish out the week. Here we go. So after this week, this is week 8, we'll have week 9 and 10, which are the last of my build weeks. They're gonna be the heaviest, the longest, the ones with the most miles. So I just need to do as much as possible in these next 2 weeks to get ready for this race. And then week 11, that'll be a taper week with very minimal miles. And then week 12, that's race week. We'll be heading up to Wyoming, getting excited, getting nervous about the unknowns, but definitely more excited than nervous. Okay, let's wrap this week up. All right, that is a wrap.
Hey folks, I'm happy to share that I've partnered with the Bear Mountain. They are an all-inclusive outdoor store right here in Waco, Texas. They carry all the best brands for your outdoor needs. Whether you're camping, running, biking, or just getting outside, they have everything you need and more. And good news, you can get a discount when you use the code Richard10 for your in-store purchases. Be sure to check out the Bear Mountain in Waco. Gear up and get out.